0089.
37 Charlie.
7337 Charlie.
Going to be northbound from 7A. This is going to be 1579 on Ashland.
(6:27 p.m. July 9th, 2026. This is our second broadcast today. Our first broadcast went blurry, so we switched cameras now. We're on the Galaxy 57 right now. That was a Galaxy 16 that went blurry. We're going, we're on Lake Street now.
It's going to be 10199, 10199.
8383 Frank.
Frank.
Going for 35th in the red.
01229. 01229.
3 King.
83 King.
There's parking lights.
It's going to be 10241. 10241.
7387 boy.
87 boy.
Same number for a bus check. Bus number 1167, one westbound on Roosevelt from Campbell.
Your number is going to be 10248. 10248.
387 Charlie.
7387 Charlie.
Bus check on Ashland going southbound from 59. 8066.
10254. 10254. It's 10254. 10254.
6570 Ida.
6570 Ida.
Commander, that number for Floyd investigation at 127.
This happened the other day. This just is a delayed posting. Sorry about it. It just comes up sometimes. When you turn on your app, old posts post. So I apologize.
Thank you. 383 George.
7383 George.
Number for lunch at 2172 South Park.
What's up, Isidore? Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Your number is 10270. 10270.
6:30 news, right? That's what we're gonna do, right? 6:30 news.
On the other side, 58 coming in from I-90, 36 in from Manheim. Stevenson out 27 to Cicero, 40 to 294, 48 to 355 inbound 40. Ryan 30 out, 22 in. Next report from the Metro Traffic Center, 638 News Radio 1059 WBBM.
Thanks a lot, Abby. We're going to have a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm around this evening. It's going to be a low of 67 degrees with some patchy fog late. Tomorrow, though, perhaps a stray thunderstorm south of Interstate 80 during the day, a high of 81 and a low of 65 degrees. It's 86 degrees at O'Hare and Midway, 79 at the lakefront. It's 629.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 1059 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
The time now is 6:30 on Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Good evening, I'm Glenn Marshall, and these are the top stories on News Radio WBBM.
It's as meta as it gets at City Council. Aldermen voting on what you'll get to vote on in November.
This
is political theater. I'm political editor Jeff Buckles at City Hall.
Illinois is expanding pregnancy care for state residents. The CTA adds more cameras to buses to catch people who park illegally. Plus, the U.S. and Iran continue to trade new strikes after President Trump declared the ceasefire between the two countries dead. And in sports, the Cubs lose to the Orioles while the Sox fall to Boston. AccuWeather's letting us know there was going to be a couple of showers and a heavy thunderstorm around through the evening. Otherwise, partly mostly cloudy and muggy with patchy fog late. We'll see a low of 67 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, expect some humidity, and perhaps a stray thunderstorm south of Interstate 80 during the day. A high of 81 is expected with a low of 65 tomorrow night. Time now is 6:31, and Chicago aldermen have advanced a plan to give voters a say in a controversial piece of police technology. Our top story is coming from WBBM political editor Jeff Buckles.
The law says voters can consider no more than 3 ballot issues in any one election, and that rule usually touches off a battle about what gets on and what gets off. This November, one of 3 referenda on Chicago's ballot is expected to ask voters whether the city should restart use of gunshot detection technology. It's an attempt by aldermen to pressure Mayor Brandon Johnson's administration to find a replacement for ShotSpotter, which he shut down 2 years ago.
Voters deserve to know that this technology has been widely criticized.
Jawanza Ingram from Black Roots Alliance joined other opponents of ShotSpotter before the committee meeting, suggesting that putting the question before voters was an attempt to manipulate the public. Dan Mazzolia with First Defense Legal Aid says he doesn't get why aldermen want ShotSpotter back.
I don't know if they are misinformed. I don't know if it's sour grapes.
Supporters say it can help direct police to shooting scenes when no one calls 911. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
Leaders in the city of Chicago and Cook County are getting their first look at new task force report aimed at stopping the rise in cases of domestic violence. Members of the joint city-county task force spent the last 6 months hearing from advocates and survivors, including Sarah Brown, who says she spent more than 9 years in front of 7 different judges trying to protect herself and her children from an abusive partner.
By sharing my story, someone else realizes that they're not alone, they are not to blame, and that there is a path to safety and healing.
The task force's co-chairs say their work has already reduced domestic-related murders by sparking an increase in the number of orders of protection being delivered. They're calling for more changes to streamline the process for reporting domestic violence cases. And the Chicago Transit Board is upgrading the technology that would enforce parking violations in bus and bike lanes.
The CTA is going from 6 cameras to 52, says acting president Nora Learson.
The Nazi. She's a Nazi.
Right now, we're already
this is a Nazi that's talking. She's a white Nazi.
This past year, these systems have captured nearly 22,000 warnings and violations, keeping lanes and stops clear where it matters most.
Learson says when bus drivers are unable to deploy ramps because of illegally parked vehicles, it could be the difference between a trip that's possible and one that's not for people using mobility devices. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The U.S. and Iran are renewing strikes as hopes for a ceasefire quickly fade. Iran targeted American bases.
Think about the three different stories you just heard. The first story said, you're trying to trick voters by letting them vote. That was the first story. First, Brandon Johnson tries to manipulate the referendum process, and someone gets on, that's on his side, says, you're trying to trick the voters letting them vote. That's exactly what they said, right? That's what they said. The second story was about domestic violence. What didn't you hear? You didn't hear one statistic on this is how many cases we prosecuted. Not one. If you're making a difference in domestic violence, you would say, we put 50 offenders in prison in 6 months. What did they say? We're on a listening tour. So for 6 months, they did the listening tour. They said, oh, there's some that have been ordered. This is from the previous case, from previous, the 6 o'clock news. They said, oh, they increased the servability. Well, wait up. The Cook County Sheriff, you're saying the Cook County Sheriff didn't serve order of protections? The sheriff that's supposed to protect people? Why wouldn't they do that? Because during COVID, the amount of prisoners went down to Cook County Jail. You telling me that there's sheriffs sitting around doing no work when they should have been serving orders of protection? That's what you heard. So 2 things for the domestic violence. 1, you don't hear nothing about prosecutions. It's on a listening tour. 2nd, you learned what? Only a quarter of the orders of protections were served. That means what? You should fire everybody, right? Including the sheriff. The last one was what? First is the voting. The last one is the Nazi, right? The last one is the white female Nazi, CTA. Instead of fighting crimes on the buses, what is she doing? She wants to make more tickets. That's a Nazi. That's the straight definition of a Nazi. There is no other definition of a Nazi. Think about it. One of her employees was murdered last week. Her employee was murdered. Oh man, there you go. They just had a shooting there, right? There you go. We just ran across a shooting here, right? There you go, right? There you go, man. The shooting in the parking lot right there. SubX.News, man. There you go. They just had a shooting here, man. We didn't even hear it on the radio, did we? Shooting over here on Pulaski, man. They didn't even have this on the radio, did they? See what happens? You got to keep your eyes open. So they shot up that car or something. See that there? SubX.News. On the spot reporting. We're at Pulaski and Madison. There's no report of this on the radio, right? We just came upon it. Alright, let's go do some reporting, right? They didn't even announce this on the radio. I do crime chasing. They're what? They keeping these secret now?
Certain ones, they don't care.
It's not even. I've been listening since 4 o'clock. I do crime chasing. I didn't hear no shooting on the radio.
Maybe didn't nobody get killed, so they ain't announced it.
That ain't right, man.
That's the only thing I can think of.
And I'm just driving, and I say, what the heck's this? And then I see because she's a crime tech. I know her. If nobody got shot, she wouldn't be here.
Right.
So somebody got shot.
They probably just didn't die, so they ain't announced it.
Yeah. I guess they ain't gonna call the FBI on this one, right?
I don't think so.
All right, see you, my brother. There you go. We don't even know what happened here, right? There's the crime technician. See that there? There you go, man. There you go, SubX. There you go, man. This one didn't make the crime scene. So we're at Pulaski and Madison, man. You see that, right? It didn't even make it to the... There you go. What's up, man? This didn't even make it to the radio. They didn't even... They're fucking hiding the crime now, right? I've been listening since 4 o'clock. I didn't hear this one.
No, you did?
Yeah, they must be hiding this shit out here, huh?
Right.
Motherfuckers.
They do be hiding.
They always hide.
Because I didn't even hear about this motherfucker.
I've been watching all your videos, bro.
Hey, watch out, man. You might get in trouble. There's some motherfuckers that don't like me.
Yeah.
So what, anybody get it?
I knew it was somebody.
Anybody get hit out here or not?
Yeah, you see the red right here?
Yeah.
Somebody got crime chaser.
I try to, yeah.
He be on all the spots.
Yeah, I try to be.
His name Kugler John,
yeah.
all right?
Yep. SubX.News. Yeah, and this one isn't on the radio. I've been listening since 4 o'clock. I didn't hear this one. That's bad, man.
Silences.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many went away? You don't know?
It's like 15 shields around behind the truck.
Oh, they're behind the truck too?
Yeah, and in the driveway.
It's over about 14 spots that they had.
Look, everybody, look.
You see the cameras right there.
Everybody knows the spots. Why don't you just put a cop right here, man?
Right, yeah. That ain't gonna do shit. That ain't gonna do nothing because they still right. They'll do it, but then they're gonna have a squad. They're gonna have a squad of motherfuckers right here if they're gonna really want motherfuckers to stop. It's gonna have to be a force.
And you do know why they ain't reporting because they're pushing you. Can I talk later? They're pushing blacks out. You do know that, right? You know they're pushing black.
Remember always the Cicero.
Yes, they're trying
They're
to
pushing
make
black.
everybody
What do you see moving into the neighborhood?
Everybody.
Mexicans and Venezuelans.
Most of them they're the Venezuelans.
Colombians and shit.
Right.
The Colombians and shit.
And because you know why they're putting.
The Mexicans banned up all the properties.
They buying it all the way up from
banned up
back
all the
to
properties.
Austin all the way up.
Hell yeah.
But they're pushing the Mexicans out of Pilsen. The white people are pushing them out of Pilsen.
Right.
So they're getting pushed out.
Right.
If you go here, when's the last time you've been to Inglewood? Go to Inglewood and go down there and take a look. You won't recognize it. No, you won't. Take it easy, my brother, because you'll be safe, right?
Inglewood got a lot of black more people out there.
No, when's the last time you've been there? You gotta watch some of my videos. You'll know. You'll see it's changed in Inglewood. It's not what you think. It's bad in some areas, but it's not what you think.
I heard that a lot of people moved out there. They're not black. They white.
White or Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Because they're getting pushed around.
They're getting pushed around, but not even that. A lot of people are getting deals, and they making the deals where it's out this way. It's not even out past where they used to have the good deals at.
How do you get a house if you're illegal? I can't even get a house.
A lot of motherfuckers not even legal. They getting houses, they not even legal.
You can't get one, I can't get one. Don't you gotta have like a credit card or something?
Some of them motherfuckers, Venezuelans be coming in, getting houses.
So am I crazy to say that shit?
You're not crazy. Because I be trying to figure out how they
You like same shit,
they
right?
be getting this shit too.
You're like, I want some of that shit, right?
I done called a Venezuelan, right? He one time, he told me, he just came from Venezuela, right?
Yeah.
2 days later, I seen them again. This man had an apartment, had all type of
How long did it
gas.
take you to get an apartment? It took me till I was 30.
I ain't even got an apartment now. That's how long it's taking me.
You see what I mean?
22.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. Let me do a little video, all right, young lady? What time we got here? Do we know what time it is? You got a watch or something? All right, let me. I got another one here. Let's see what time it is.
Hey, how many phones you have?
I got too many. I'm like the FBI. It's 6:44.
Yeah, I was gonna say about almost 15 minutes or 7.
It's 6:44 p.m. We're over on the west side, Madison and Pulaski. They shot up. What is that? Aki Way Tobacco Food and Grill over here. We didn't even hear this on the scanner. There you go, man. They shot up. I don't know. They shot up that car. I don't see no bullet holes over there.
They have about 14 seats.
14. All right, let's go take a look over here. You see that? Those are bullet casings there. They look like 9mm over there. There you go. See that there? You got 13, 14 scenes there. She's taking the pictures. That's a hard job there. See that there? There. Those are 9mm casings there. There you go. See that? This didn't even come across the scanner radio. There you go, right? People are out here waiting for the bus. They're doing their normal thing. No one's telling them that. Oh, yeah, by the way, you guys see any crime interventionists here? How about counselors? Because I'm traumatized now, motherfuckers. Were you here when the shooting happened? Yeah. You were? So you were here when the shooting happened?
No, I wasn't here. I just came.
I came through here.
I just came.
Caught the bus. I
just caught the bus right here and I seen
about 30-something.
that it was I came right here about like a couple minutes ago, about 6.
But where are all the people that's supposed to give us counseling? That ain't normal being shooting all the time. Where's the counselors at? You never seen them, have you? See, we got, you know what? You got to be an illegal counselor. You make a lot of money. Yeah. You're laughing, right? Think of it. I have an African friend. You know what he said? Yeah. He can't get his family here for 10 years. He's from Ghana. He says, I'm just going to send him to Mexico. Because he can't do it legally. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's bad. It's hard. All right, take it easy, sister. SubX.News, all right? There you go. Shooting over here. West side. It's not even on the... There you go. There's all kinds of bullet casings by that car over there. See that there? They're all jacked up over there. But there's a dope spot. There's dope. They sell dope right down the street. Everybody knows that, right? It's crazy. There you go, right? SubX.News. Shot up the Aki way. There you go, right? What's up, my brother? Let's see over here. They got bullet holes over here, man. Shot the place up, huh? We don't know who was shot, how many were shot. We don't know nothing. They don't tell us. Oh, there's bullets over there. Look at that. What's up, brother?
Hey, when we gonna be able to go over there and get
I don't know, man. I don't know. It depends. If the person dies, then they lock it down for a while. But she's picking them up, so it might be open. Okay. She's picking up She's picking them up. How many guys got shot? You know?
I don't even know. I wasn't right here.
I've been listening to the scanner all afternoon. I haven't heard nothing.
I don't know.
They like hide the shit now. You know what I'm talking about? We might be back. We might be back in the 70s again. You guys grew up in the 70s, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? They hide crime. You be safe, my brother. SubX.News. Be safe, all right?
Yes, likewise.
There you go. All right. So shooting over here on the west side, man. There we go, right? SubX.News. That's where we're at. Don't know I have any information. West side shooting at Pulaski and Madison. We don't know how many people shot. We don't know the conditions. We just drove up on this at about 6:44 p.m. July 9th, 2026. What's up, my brother? They're picking it up, so they're probably wrapping up now. I'm posting, so thanks a lot for everybody's patience. There you go. We just drive up on the crime scenes, right? People tell you the truth while they're out here. People don't lie. Imagine what the mayor said over the radio. They're trying to trick voters by letting voters vote. That was a wild thing you heard on the radio. Imagine the fascists. That was a fascist who said it. You're letting the voters decide, so you're tricking the voter. That's what was said on the radio today. And then the fascist CTACO says what? We're going to give out tickets instead of keeping our customers safe when her own employee was murdered. That's what she said. She's expanding cameras, not for safety, but for tickets. Pretty wild, ain't it? If you don't think we're in a Nazi situation, I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, there was I gotta get you this. There's a going on, a mother and a daughter are being prosecuted, I forget which state now, for corruption. Oh man, that just didn't go, right? I'm trying to do this with two hands here, right? I can't get to it, right? Alright. Now we're gonna take a quick video here, right? That way I have a video, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting. It's about 6:50 p.m. We're at Pulaski and Madison. We're at a shooting scene here. We just drove up on this. We didn't hear it on the scanner. We're at the Aki Way here. The shooting happened inside the parking lot. There's about 17 markers there. Looked like that car might be involved, and there was markers in the back of here. So again, we're out here on Madison and Pulaski at the Aki Way here. There's a shooting here in the parking lot. And again, I wasn't ran on the scanner. I didn't hear it. We got a full video running on our Facebook from when we drove up, and so there she's filling out the report there, right? Oh, messed up right there, right? There you go, right? They're almost cleaned up there. Alrighty, SubX.News on the spot report. Shooting here at Madison and Pulaski at the Aki Way. That car is involved there. What's up, fellas? Alright. Oh, I'm gonna get out of here. You be safe, my brother. Yeah, God bless you too. Man, it's all crazy out here, man. Yeah, where's the crime in the rum shores? Where's the crime? Anybody? There ain't nobody out there. Ain't even the news. What's up? I better hide you from the camera here. Like that. How are you? How are you, man? Man, you looking good, man. I gotta get in your shape, man. Look at you. How long you been on now? I'll keep you later. Here, let me put it in the truck. I gotta put this over here, all right? How long you drive? This old guy. good, bro. I gotta clean up, man. You're making me look all shabby. Say hello to the family, my brother. All right. Sorry, I had to have a private conversation there. I kind of know that guy from... He's a personal family friend. I just say that. Angel, you might know him. Angel, where are you at? I think you know that person, don't you? I think you know that guy, Angel. Alright, let's get out of here, right? I'm sorry I put you guys on that, but sometimes it's personal. I don't want to cut the live stream off, right? Let me post this video here, right? I apologize. I don't ever mean to do that. I don't mean to be secretive, but that's... I'm sorry. That's just the way some things go. Family things I can't share, right? Shooting at Madison and Pulaski at the Aki Way. If we don't know anything, we'll figure it out when we can. So I apologize for that. I usually don't do that. I'll usually leave it live, but I couldn't because that's a family friend going back almost 15 years, right? So I know the parents, right? Like I say, Angel, you might know that person. Let me just post this and we'll keep going, right? See, they don't even put that on the radio. I didn't even hear that. So 6 o'clock news. Oh, yeah, let's go. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock news, right? Yeah, some things I can't discuss on live TV, all right? Look what I said. If I have a secret, I ain't gonna say it, right?
5
and that ain't
ambulances
secret,
have
it's
been
more
called
personal,
to the
right?
scene right now. There are two fire trucks, 2 IDOT, and 2 state police. So there's a lot to look at, and a couple of people sitting on the side of the shoulder there as well. So just keep driving, get past it, and everybody's going to get home safely. If you're on the outbound side of the Dan Ryan, it's 8 minutes slower than the local lanes, which are already at 20. So 28 if you choose to take those express lanes. Inbound a 20-minute ride from the I-57 Bishop Ward merge over to the Jane Bird interchange. Next report, 7:08 from the Metro Traffic Center, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Thanks a lot, Abby. Currently is 86 degrees at O'Hare Midway and 79 degrees at the lakefront.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news traffic and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And here's what's next on News Radio WBBM. Members of a new Chicago and Cook County task force aimed at protecting victims of domestic abuse say they're already seeing results.
I'm Roger Plummer. A federal court upholds Illinois' ban.
Don't go over there. That's a shooting scene. What's up, my brother?
I went over there already. They
Yeah.
harassing me.
How many did they get over there? 1 or 2?
I heard one. I don't know. Probably is one. I know one DOA. You gonna harass me going to the crime place?
Get out of here, man.
Yep.
So 1 DOA you heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
What is the gentrification fucking with this? We gotta talk. We'll talk. First we'll talk offline, then online. We should do a series about all the neighborhoods in the city.
All right.
You know me, I don't care what people do. Some people are weird, like, oh, you're a reporter. I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm not a cop. All right. I'll talk to you later, all right? I'll bring some chicken over, all right? See you, my brother. Be safe. So he says 1 DOA, maybe.
Home to several American bases. This after American forces launched a second night of attacks on Iranian targets. ABC senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez.
That's weird. I know a bunch of people out here.
Does retaliate yet again. As we see this big back and forth, this tit for tat, as it's been described between U.S. Retaliatory strikes, and then what we see something on the order of these strikes by Iran targeting neighboring countries where U.S. military bases are located.
An investigation underway in Argentina where officials say a 22-year-old pilot was forced to land solo when her instructor jumped from the plane mid-flight. An official from the flight school telling ABC News the instructor told the student, "You know what to do," before opening the door and plunging to his death. Marine Corps fighter pilot Colonel Steve Daniel.
was a remarkable breach of trust between an instructor and a student, putting her in a very dangerous situation.
Now, the student did successfully land that plane. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health issues or thoughts of suicide, call or text the National Lifeline at 988.
I'll check my messages,
Maine Democratic
Jennifer.
Senate candidate Graham Plattner has made his intentions known that he's dropping out of the race following a new allegation of sexual assault, which he denies. ABC's Avery Harper on the process in Maine to choose a replacement.
Plattner is actually still involved in this process. A public declaration that he intends to withdraw is not enough for the Maine Secretary of State. We have to see him submit paperwork to withdraw his name from contention in this race, and so we'll be watching closely to see exactly when he does that. He has to do that by July 13th.
Tributes pouring in this evening for Bonnie Tyler. The singer's family says the Welsh performer passed away due to the illness she was being treated for in Portugal. Bonnie Taylor was 75. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-619-3377. That's 800-619-3377. 800-619-3377.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
The time now is 7:03 on Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Good evening, I'm Glenn Marshall, and currently we're sitting around 86 degrees under partly sunny skies here in Chicago. Tonight we'll have a couple of showers and a heavy thunderstorm that's expected through the evening. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy and muggy with some patchy fog late. We'll see a low of 67 degrees. And tomorrow is going to be still humid early with perhaps a stray thunderstorm south of Interstate 80. A high of 81 degrees is expected with partly cloudy skies tomorrow night and a low of 65 degrees.
So take a look at this. So there's cops stationed everywhere. What did the guy say? Two people said it don't matter if the cops are here, they'll shoot right in front of the cops, right?
The elected leaders behind a new task force report on domestic violence say their work is already bringing results in, but more needs to be done. WBBM political editor Jeff Buckles has the details.
It is a very lonely experience.
Sarah Brown's effort to protect herself and her children from an abusive partner has been in court for more than 9 years in front of 7 different judges.
I have never in my adult life
cops
had
everywhere
to fight for someone just to hear me.
She joined other survivors and advocates to share their stories with members of the Joint City-County Violence Against Women Task Force, co-chaired by County Commissioner Donna Miller.
Victims' voices have been very instrumental in guiding the work.
Co-chair and Southwest Side Alderwoman Silvana Tabarez says the task force's work has already sparked a 100% increase in delivery of domestic orders of protection, leading in part to a 53% drop in domestic-related murders so far this year.
These are lives saved and justice delivered.
But advocates say more work needs to be done to reduce barriers that can prevent victims from seeking help.
Today, we are bringing it into the light.
We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
The elected leaders behind a new task force report on domestic violence, and we just listened to that story, but a U.S. Court of Appeals today upheld Illinois' ban on assault weapons and large-capacity magazines.
Illinois' ban was passed in the months following the deadly mass shooting during Highland Park's 4th of July parade in 2023.
They used the crisis to pass an illegal law.
Ruled the state's ban unconstitutional. However, in Thursday's 2-1 decision, the appeals court ruled it's up to lawmakers if they want to ban AR-15s and high-capacity magazines. The U.S. Supreme Court this year will hear arguments over the constitutionality of Cook County's ban on so-called assault weapons. Roger Plummer, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Chicago aldermen have started to whittle down the ballot issues that voters will be able to consider in November, and one of them is designed to pressure Mayor Brandon Johnson about a controversial piece of police-related technology. Members of a council committee have advanced a measure for the fall ballot that would ask voters whether the city should once again deploy a gunshot detection system such as ShotSpot. Right? The non-binding issue was approved over objections from opponents, including Nat Palmer from the Black Youth.
That's a hooker little shack there.
The measure on a ballot could further harm black and brown communities.
People who are either misinformed or have some sort of a determined desire to cause harm to those same populations have an outstanding amount of power than those who have to bear the brunt.
Mayor Johnson,
how do you want to post this? I don't want to get you in trouble.
2 years ago, suggesting it was ineffective, but some aldermen say police and their neighbors want it back. It now goes to full council. University of Chicago press workers have voted overwhelmingly to unionize.
How do you want to post this? I don't want to get you in trouble.
Chicago cultural institutions to organize. 89% of the Guild's 134 members voted in favor of union representation. As for what's next, members will begin bargaining for their first union contract.
There you go. You want a date? You gotta watch. Some of these are dudes over here.
Athleisure brand Aloe Yoga plans on opening its second Chicago location at the former home of the Double Door Music Venue later this year. The yoga brand currently operates at store 717 North Michigan Avenue on the Mag Mile and has several stores in the suburbs. Block Chicago reports a building permit application for renovations was filed last month. There's no word on when the Wicker Park location plans to open. We are approaching 7:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. We only have one lane open with this Ryan crash that we're experiencing.
You gotta watch. Over here, some of the chicks are dudes. Over here in this spot. You gotta watch, man. You're like, how do you know, John? You know, man, you can tell a dude when it ain't a chick, man. Come on now. Oh, you're discriminatory. No, I ain't, dude, man. I'm not into that shit, man. There you go, there you go, there you go. There's all kinds of girls around here, right? See that? There's all kinds of spots, man. There's all kinds of spots for love. Somebody just sent me a tip on something, but I have to get it through my phone. Jennifer, text me that, all right? I can't see my messages while I'm live feeding for some reason. So, I appreciate it if you just send it to my, I'd send you my phone number, right? Here they're hanging out here, the girls, right? There you go, right? All right, let's get out of here, right? This is some radio calls or what? Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. I'm gonna erase my number. Do you got it? There you go. There you go. Oh man, she wants a date. She was pretty cute looking there. She was cute. Hey man, you know what? It is what it is, man. All kinds of stuff out here, man. Jason Irvin, bum. He built this area here. I should get a soda from this guy. I think he's got a soda over there. Let me go get a soda. I shouldn't have a soda, but I am going to get a soda. That's the way life goes. I'm going to go get a soda, right? What'd I say? We're gonna go this way. these are, you know, most of the people out here are pretty cool, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's nice out here. There's a lot of cool people out here, man. It's a shame to have to deal with this terrorism, this urban terrorism of drugs, gangs, gentrification, all of that weird stuff. It's just not cool. You know what I'm talking about? It's not. They don't deserve it. They're hard working out here. They work hard. They take care of their places, right? And people take advantage of their good-heartedness, and the government don't help them out. You kind of get it? Now we're gonna go get a soda pop over here. Then we'll listen to some radio calls, alright? Should have left the car on, but oh well. Such is life. You got a soda pop in there, young man? What do you got?
Pepsi, I got Sprite.
Give me a Pepsi, alright?
Yeah.
How much? Watch out, they just had a shooting down there on Pulaski.
Oh, shit.
At the Aki Way.
Yeah.
Got all the cops sitting around, they ain't doing nothing.
Exactly, that's normal.
Go fight crime.
Right.
Don't come afterwards.
You know, they said, fuck that, they want to go home.
We all want to go home.
Right.
See you, my brother. It's always good seeing you. Let's go, let's go. West side. Ready to go? We're gonna listen to some radio calls, see what else is going on. See if we stumble on another shooting scene, right? Alright, let's see what's going on here. What's up, young lady? Good seeing you. What's his name? Freddie? See ya. Come on out here, get some barbecue, do some shopping. There's a nice lady, she has a little stand here. I'll show you what she's got. I bought some stuff from her. She's got knickknacks, right? Old-fashioned knickknacks. I'll show you, right? He's got a barbecue pit going, so you can here have a barbecue. All right, this is Thelma's Barbecue and Seafood, all right? So you can come here, you park here, he's got a little table for you, okay? He's a nice guy. He's got homemade stuff there, it's really good. I had the hamburger today, so I'm like, I don't need it. And then she sells knickknacks. She has really nice coffee pots. That one in the middle, that's a brand new coffee pot percolator, a big one. It's like for parties. You see that one in the middle there? Right there. I just got too much junk in my house. You see that one right there? That's a nice percolator in really good condition. That's a really nice one. I've been telling people you got that nice coffee maker there. Those are nice. I like that one, except and my wife, I told my wife about it. She'll kill me. She goes, "You're gonna be too hyper drinking all that coffee." And it keeps you young, I think. See, I've been telling people they should come here, have some barbecue, and do some shopping at your place. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye-bye. There you go, man. Come on out here. Have some fun. All right, we're going to listen to some radio calls. How about that, right? We'll go back to about, what, 7 o'clock, 7:15, right? All right, let's go. It's a nice area. There's good people out here. I'm telling you, you got to come out here and talk to the people. They're really good people. Really nice people here. Even some migrants. They're fixing up houses out there. Not all the migrants are bad. Not all the migrants are illegal either. So you come out here, talk to some people.
Safe. 83 Ida.
83 Ida.
So red line.
There you go, right?
Red line where?
Roosevelt red line.
10588. 10588.
383 Henry.
7383 Henry.
The big number for Roosevelt red line.
10598. 10
3 Frank.
Indie News. Thanks, Mark.
7383 Frank.
Mark, thank you. Not too many people go back and understand what indie news or alternative news is. What this call is here. Let me see what this is here. Hello, it's John. Yeah, what's up? Who am I talking to?
SubX.News.
Oh, yeah, I'm SubX.News. I can't be talking to myself, bro.
Did you hear that call right now?
Which one? I was just at Pulaski and Madison. There was a shooting. Where's the next one?
There's a distress at the beach that people swam too far, and they're calling the fucking people to go save them.
Oh, we're at which beach? Do you know which one?
49.
I'm way out. I'm on Madison and Cicero now. I'm way away. You gonna go hit that one?
Yeah, what was the shooting right there?
Pulaski and Madison. I was driving, talking, and there's a shooting scene right in front of me. Right in front of me. Right there. I didn't. And I got some personal stuff to talk to you, but I can't talk while I'm live. And right, I got some other things I'll tell you. But yeah, there was a shooting out here. They didn't even broadcast it. I was right here. I was there. It's weird.
Did the ET come out?
Yeah, the ET was here, and they were cleaning up when I was here. Hey, then nothing came over the radio. I've been listening since 4 o'clock. Wild, you know?
Man, you should have called me, man.
Even you, did you hear anything from Pulaski and Madison?
No, it was not in there, you know.
See, and you watch more than me. I'm getting a little older. I'm a little lazy now. So if you didn't hear it, that means they secretly broadcast it or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, most of the situation, they don't even put it on the news.
That's why. Do you know why I keep saying we need more people doing this? You get it, right?
I already know it.
See, look, I can't make it all the way to the lake in time. You can, and I keep moving. It doesn't matter me or you. It's just more is better. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, man.
That's why we gotta call each other, notify each other. Here's this, here's that. We should all be in a group chat.
Yep, I agree with you. If you want to set it up, you got my number. I don't mind it.
Yeah, what's it called? You said you can try to find you?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So yeah, I'll watch your video then. If you go on, you're going to the lakefront, right? There's a bunch of people that are drowning or something, huh?
Yeah, you said that you wanted to talk to me or something?
About what?
You said it's personal, but you can't do it right now.
About what happened today. I'll tell you. When I see you next time, I'll talk. It ain't nothing important. Don't worry about it. It's just something that happened today to me. That's it. It ain't nothing about you or nothing like that. Don't even worry about it.
Let me know or text me. I'm going out right now.
All right. Talk to you later, my brother. You be safe. All right. Why don't you tell people what to listen to? I'm going to put you on my live. Hold on. Go ahead. Tell them how to find you.
Guys, follow me on TikTok. Chicago 911 calls with a Z.
There you go. 911 calls with a Z. Watch him. He's going out now. There's people in the lakefront by 49th Street or something like that. They're drowning. They're going to rescue him. So that's where he's going. Go. You can watch him on TikTok. Take it easy, all right, brother? I appreciate you. Keep up the hard work, okay? All right, bye. So someone's drowning. Yeah, indie news. We were talking about, Mark. Indie news, alternative news. Yeah, people don't. You get what I do. Here, the first iteration of SubX, and the reason our name is SubX, I should tell you this. And one person said I was nasty for doing it. And he's now the vice president of the union, the guy who separates people, right? Jackson Potter. I said, I'm starting SubX.News. This was in 2021. I think it was in October or so. I said, I'm starting a thing called SubX.News because something was happening. I knew I had to set up my own news company. He goes, oh, I said, it's for the subcultures, right? Man, I don't know why my water don't work. I'll have to fix that. And he goes, oh, the subcultures, you're putting people down. I said, what? No, I'm bringing their voices up. What did you just hear from 911 calls with a Z? It says they don't put all the crime on the radio, they hide it. You just heard it from him. That's another crime chaser. He does this. He's going out now to check out the lake. There's something going on at the lake at 49th Street. I can't make it all the way out there. I'm out here, right? But you get it? Imagine I say I want to give a voice to the subcultures, right? Yeah, hookers, drug addicts, all of this stuff. I don't want to give a voice to the criminals, but that comes along with it. Now I want to cut them all off because they're threatening to kill me and stuff again. They do that every few months. But where's the voices at, right? Has anybody asked why they sell drugs on the street corner? People say, oh, they're lazy, they're this, they're that. Oh, it's not about laziness. Selling drugs isn't a lazy endeavor. It's kind of dangerous. You kind of get it? Oh, man, there's a guy right in the middle of the street. Look at that. I think we're at Laramie here. See that there? Our little radio calls. We'll go back a little bit, right? It's 7:20, so we won't go back an hour. We'll go back 6:40 or so, and let's go back around right there, right? They go right in the middle of the street.
705 West.
Here, let me show you this. That guy goes right in the middle of the car, man. You want to see? I'll show you. He goes right in the middle of your car.
10497, 10497. 83.
Let me show you.
7383.
That's Parkado, that's for Park Lake.
Your number is 105.
See? That guy walks right in the middle of your car there. See that there?
7385.
Can I get a red line 796 Street Upper, please?
You think that guy's homeless?
10510.
Man, there's a bunch of dudes dancing around here. You think he's homeless?
85 boy.
Can I get your attention for 95th Red Line Lower?
Think he's homeless? Look at his muscles. You think he's homeless? Did you see his muscles? He has bigger muscles than me. Look at that. That guy's got a limp and he's got to go past him, right? Oh man, there's a bunch of people out here.
10522. 10522.
55 Ida.
7385 Ida.
Can you know the event number for the red line at 35th Street?
Your number is 10531. 10531.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Minutes of 17, the citywide getting assessment progress at the Walgreens, 3222 North Milwaukee. Christie's reports from Mount Sonic reassured West Shore filling. Encouraging people out, so I want to get 17 clear.
9-7 boy.
9-7 boy.
Can I get event number for Roosevelt Green?
It is 10559. 10559.
What units at the end on the city? We got a person with a gun. I got Woodle Park. It's at 7340 South on East. And they're calling about somebody that pulled the gun out on a male. Black with facial hair, black hat, gray t-shirt, camo long shorts. He has a black and white pit bull with him as well. Also, my person with a gun is 71st and Cornell, male black. With the black hat, same description. So I'm guessing he was walking the dog and ended up in the park. 3rd district.
385 Frank.
7385 Frank.
85 Frank, we got a mental over here in 63rd, a red line.
A mental on 63rd and red line.
Having some kind of crisis.
He's got some kind of crisis.
You want an ambulance or a B car?
I think a B car would be fine.
A district car? Okay. I'll send a message over to the zone for 63 in the red.
We got a mental over here at 63rd in red. He's having some kind of crisis.
83 Ida.
Red line.
Red line where?
Roosevelt, red line.
10588. 10588.
383, Henry.
383 Henry.
The big number for Roosevelt, red line.
105 is 98. 1059.
83 Frank.
7383 Frank.
383 Frank. Can we do one for 35th in the red?
It is 10609. 10609.
85 John.
85 John.
I get a red line check for me.
10613. 10613.
So what did I show you the other day, guys, about gentrification?
The 385 Frank.
You want me to show you some more?
85 Frank.
Yes, Southern District unit, disregard. The gentleman left.
You want to see why they want to kill me? You want to? They don't. Those gangbangers, whatever. They talk their shit. You know why they really want to kill me? I'll show you this. That's why they want to kill me. You see that there? Look at that. Who the fuck owns this dilapidated property? White land bank. Those are white people who own the land bank. That's whites. They're the ones who destroyed the black and brown neighborhoods. You see that there? That's a destroyed property. It's not fixed. There ain't migrants there. There ain't nobody being held accountable to work to fix it. It's an abandoned property held by the Cook County Land Bank. Why don't you check who's on the Cook County Land Bank? Check. See who controls it. Huh? There you go. Want to see what this place is? I ain't fucking with you, man. I'm telling you, SubX.News, we're going ballistic this year, man. We're going to show you all the truths. Look at that. The Cook County Land Bank, operated by white liberals. Why does that look like that, huh? Abandoned, huh? Think about it. We're at Central. There's Madison right there. See that there? Look at that. That store's closed. See, it's all closed here, man. See that there? You want to see? I'll go over here. I'll show you. I ain't afraid of this shit. I ain't afraid of nobody, man. Look at that. Why ain't that fixed? Why ain't that done? There you go. See that there? SubX.News. Showing you the corruption. That's the corruption. That's the person who does the crime. Those are the fucking Nazis. We're looking at them. The Cook County Land Bank. Those are Nazis. They're Nazis who harm blacks, browns, whites, Jews, anybody. They're damn Nazis. You see that shit? See this? The Cook County Land Bank. Huh? Why ain't this fixed? Why do we see the Cook County Land Bank in all these abandoned areas, huh? Why are none of these places fixed? See that there? Cook County Land Bank, huh? How come they own a car wash? How does a Cook County department own a car wash? That's weird, isn't it? Maybe they plan on selling it one day or giving it to one of their buddies to develop, huh? How much you want to bet 5 or 10 years from now? One of you do this. I don't know if I'll be around by then. Mark this address down. This is what? Laramie and Madison. The car wash where the crazy white dude in the Jeep's driving around swearing. In 10 years, check what's built here. Check what's built here. How does a private car wash get owned by the Cook County Land Bank? And what do you think is going to happen to it one day? There'll be an apartment building here. Somebody's going to make a bunch of millions of dollars. And who's going to subsidize the millions of dollars? Guess who? We are. That's how it works. That's why they don't like me. Got that? That's the corruption right in front of you.
The 385 Frank. 383 Henry.
They don't even hide it.
5 George.
7385 George.
Number for Red Lane, Garfield.
103-26, 103-26.
Laramie and Washington. Look it up. Cook County Land Bank. Check who's on the board. Check their race. Check their color. Check even if they live in Chicago. There you go. Cook County Land Bank. How come they own an abandoned car wash? Pretty wild, ain't it? Yeah, that's what happens when you have people drive around the neighborhood. Instead of people relying on AI. Right? Instead of people, reporters that are 20 years old and don't know nothing about Chicago. There you go. There's another business closed there, right across the street, right? That's the way life goes out here, right? And West Side, that's where we're at right now. Let's do some radio calls.
Units in Tennant Citywide getting a call for robbery just occurred over at 3422 West Douglas, 3422 West Douglas. Michael's calling in saying 6 to 7 male blacks pushed him and took his money. Callers waiting outside. Nothing further. 10th District, home 10.
Are thanking survivors for sharing experiences that they say are already helping reducing domestic-related murders. The task force released its findings today after 6 months of hearing on everything from streamlining the reporting process to making sure judges have access to an alleged abuser's complete history. Cook County Commissioner Donna Miller co-chaired the task force.
Together, we are working to make sure we're breaking the silence on domestic violence. We must continue to work together and keep a steady spotlight on this issue. It's constant. It's always. It's not just at the end of a hearing or the end of a task force.
More than 1 in 4 murders in the area are reportedly domestic related. And a Cook County judge is stomping out plans for the opening of a South Loop dispensary over proximity to a similar business.
The operators of Market 96 in the 500 block of South Wells filed a lawsuit with the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, arguing Block Dispensary should not be allowed to open a location in the 400 block of South Wells. Market 96 opened its doors in June of 2024. Block obtained the required funds to begin development in January. Cranes reports the suit claimed the dispensary's opening would violate a provision that prohibits new developments within 1,500 feet of pre-existing dispensaries. Judge Patrick Stanton has sided with Market 96, though he did note Block chose the Wells location based on guidance from the state. Both operators are social equity dispensaries. Leaders of Market 96 say in a statement the ruling, quote, helps preserve protections and provides needed certainty for operators who have worked hard to build sustainable businesses in a highly regulated industry. Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A woman has admitted to padding her husband's payroll at the Illinois Department of Corrections.
34-year-old Maggie Tudor was in federal court on Wednesday, pleading guilty to wire fraud and theft. Capital News Illinois reports Tudor, who worked as an account technician at the Pinckneyville Correctional Center in southern Illinois, admitted she falsified overtime and holiday pay for her husband. He worked as a correctional officer at the Murfreesboro Life Skills Reentry Center. All told, her husband got nearly $125,000 in extra pay he did not earn. He was not charged. Maggie Tudor has to pay the money back, and she could face more than a year in prison. Terry Keschner, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A U.S. official says dozens of Iranian drones have been intercepted since last night, and now a ship fleet company executive says they no longer feel secure moving their ships through the Strait of Hormuz as tensions escalate even further. For a moment, things appear to have calmed with Iran, but there's a chance attacks could resume. ABC's Louis Martinez is following.
The U.S. military remains prepared in case Iran does retaliate yet again. As we see this big back and forth, this tit for tat, as it's been described between U.S. Retaliatory strikes, and then what we see something on the order of these strikes by Iran targeting neighboring countries where U.S. military bases are located.
In the meantime, negotiations to reach a final deal between the U.S. and Iran were due to start after the funeral of Iran's former supreme leader, but it's unclear what's next for the two countries. Coming up after the break, we'll look at those low gas prices. It's 7:35.
The Rolling Stones are back with new album Foreign Tongues.
Where was that robbery in Douglas Park? That's what I'm looking for right now. Robbery in Douglas Park. Remember that one?
388 Adam.
I usually tag it, but I didn't that time.
Hey, get a number for the Blue Jackson, please.
Yep, that one is 11053.
53. Good idea, fellas. Got Adam.
That is
5385.
785, Ida.
Hello, sir. Can I have any VIN number for the red line at 36?
Yeah, you got it. That is 10995.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Gentina. 385, Frank.
785, Frank.
VIN number 63rd red line.
Yep, that
I tell you, these guys.
110.
I'm gonna tell you this: these guys on the street, they're in better shape than these cops that I see. They got bigger muscles, man, on their arms. You always check a dude's arms, how all his muscles are. That means they do a lot of push-ups. These guys. They probably don't go to the gym. They do push-ups and dips. Push-ups and dips.
785, King.
You're well done.
I ain't going through this alley. Looks a little dangerous.
1007.
And we ain't going through this alley here, man. Looks a little dangerous to me. Where the guy got shot about a month and a half ago. Yeah, no, we ain't going. That's a no-go today. No-go today. There's too many people back there right now.
Number for medical district. Please.
Racing Crystal. Racing Central. We got an illegal Brandon Johnson sign, right? It's an illegal sign. Is it bolted to the ground?
David, get a number for Blue Line.
What is that there?
Yeah, that's going to be 11024.
What is that? Bolted to the pole? That's it. Look at that, man. He's doing political signs. That ain't no work sign. Look at this, what they did here.
785, Adam.
They illegally bolted. Look at that.
That is 11040.
388 Adam.
7388 Adam.
I'm looking for the robbery, now talk about that sign.
George.
785 George.
383 Mary. 383 Ida.
7330 Adam.
735 citywide. We have a criminal trespass in progress. 7360.
Yeah, call citywide. We're back up.
Alright, Marine headquarters.
Marine headquarters.
Per the 2nd District units on scene, they have been able to confirm that there are no persons in the water anymore, and everyone is accounted for.
99, thank you. Again, 19, call it on our end.
Alright, very good.
How's that drowning?
83, Dave. 7383. 7383, John. 385, Ida.
I have to look for that robbery at another time.
Can I have the number for the 30 feet line, please?
Yep. That is 11213.
46.
Bootleg illegally attached sign
I have another marine distress.
to a light pole.
1000 West Loyola.
Racing Central, 7:40 p.m., July 9th, 2026.
See someone hanging out of the buoy in the water.
Hey, down 4.
Seven three five three.
Wave. waved down by the manager of Halos at 5343 North Clark on the way back from lunch. You just send an ambulance over here, an old man. He's inebriated. He needs an ambulance.
5343 North Clark. 10-4. I'll get him rolling.
Now, let me show you this, right? You want to see some illegal activity? I'll show you. So Build Back Better, we're at Race and Central. So these Build Back Better signs, right? That's supposed to be part of construction projects, right? First of all, you see construction happening here? See any construction happening here, right? You don't see none, right? And you got a Build Back Better sign here, right? First of all, you don't see any union bugs. See that? You don't see a union bug here, right? There's no union bugs here, right? There's none, right? Then you look at it. How did they attach this? Right? What's up, my brother? How did they attach this? Who does this? Is this city work? Is this a legitimate union installed sign here? What is this? Who did this stuff? Is that up to standards? That's some Home Depot shit there, man. See that there? That's Home Depot, man. There's somebody rigging this shit up for the city from Home Depot. Right? And then they use these temporary street signs. See that there? Look, that's a Home Depot rig up, man. Who did that? Who set this up? Is that even legit? The city don't use this. I've never seen that. Has anybody working for the city ever seen something like this? You ever see that? Where's any union bugs? There ain't no union bug on here, man. Begain. Maybe we gotta look that up. I don't know. Pretty wild, ain't it? So this looks like some kind of it's a semi-permanent sign, it looks like, right? That's what it looks like here. But no union bug, and it's a rig up. And there ain't no construction going on here either. There you go. SubX.News. It's Political Corruption by Brandon Johnson. Putting up illegal signs and using... Yeah, retake it, sorry. Oh, the video just went out. So I had to do that whole talking over. Sorry, everybody. SubX.News, 7:40 p.m. Central and Race. July 9th, 2026. Check this out. This is one of those illegal bootleg signs by Brandon Johnson using city workers. There's no union bug on this. You see that union? There is none here, and there's none on the sign. These brackets look like they're from Home Depot. You see that there? That's Home Depot stuff. The city don't use that kind of stuff on signs, man. See that there? I've never seen stuff like this, Home Depot stuff. And they're using materials from the yard. That's a temporary sign there. But why would you do this? What purpose is this? Who did this? Who actually ordered this to be done here, and who installed it? See that? That's Home Depot stuff there. See that there? Begain? Did they do that? Who authorizes them to put up signs on street poles? Don't you need like a special authorization to do a sign? I think that's illegal. There's certain things that are illegal in the city of Chicago. Besides putting up stuff with your name on it for politics, I think it's illegal to put up signs on street poles. Let me check the rules on that one. SubX.News, West Side. Illegal political activity. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here, right? And down Douglas Boulevard, a guy got robbed. I missed that one.
David.
785, David.
87 in direct, please.
Yep, that one is 11266.
boy.
783 boy.
96 and Redlands.
Yep, my one is 11272. PH1.
So we're gonna head back to the base for a bit. Get a little chow.
10-4.
7330 Adam.
7330 Adam.
Red line 95th, please.
Yep, it is 11289.
Sir?
Yep, you got it.
Use the 18 in City where we're getting a kidnapping in progress. 540 North Lakeshore Drive. Caller states his girlfriend, Sue Jackson, 20 years of age, went with a friend in an unknown male to a concert. Says the male currently has both them in his car, refusing to let them go. Says our phone
Kidnapping in progress.
States that she's 73. Use the 18 in City where we're getting a kidnapping in progress. 540 North Lakeshore Drive. Caller states his girlfriend, Sue Jackson, 20 years of age, went with a friend in an unknown male to a concert. Says the male currently has both them in his car, refusing to let them go. Says her phone is pinging at that location. States that she's afraid to call because the male is threatening her. Caller believes they're in a Toyota Camry. She's a female, white, 5'8", long red hair. Unknown club description, females from out of state. I have no further 18th District Zone 4 radio clear.
Alright, again, unfortunately I don't have a lot of vehicle information, but looking for a Toyota Camry, unknown color, somewhere in the area of 540 North Lakeshore, and the female in question is going to be a 20-year-old female, white, 5'8", long red hair, unknown clothing. Alright, and Marine Unit Headquarters?
Marine Unit Headquarters?
For the 24th
Toyota
District,
Camry.
they did go over there. Nobody is hanging on to any buoy over there, and there's no one in the water in distress.
Hey, Unit 24 and 71, getting a... Unit 24 and Citywide, getting a sub...
PH1.
So we're gonna head
7330 Adam. Use the 18 in Citywide, we're getting a... 7330 Adam. Use the 18 in Citywide, we're getting a kidnapping in progress. 540 North Lakeshore Drive. Caller states his girlfriend, Sue Jackson, 20 years of age, went with a friend in an unknown male to a concert. Says the male currently has both them in his car, refusing to let them go. Says her phone is pinging at that location. States that she's afraid to call because the male is threatening her. Caller believes they're in a Toyota Camry. She's a female, white, 5'8", long red hair. Unknown club description, females from out of state. I have no further 18th District Zone 4 radio clear.
Alright, again, unfortunately I don't have a lot of vehicle information, but looking for a Toyota Camry, unknown color, somewhere in the area of 540 North Lakeshore, and the female in question is going to be a 20-year-old female, white, 5'8", long red hair, unknown clothing. Alright, and Marine Unit Headquarters?
Marine Unit Headquarters?
For the 24th District, they did go over there. Nobody is hanging on to any buoy over there, and there's no one in the water in distress.
Hey, Unit 24 and 71, getting a... Unit 24 and Citywide, getting a solve in progress at the R Public House, 1508 West Jarvis. Jazzy Face in a male black, wearing a white shirt, red and black shorts, Adidas tan, gray socks, black backpack. I don't know, apparently he's threatening someone. Nothing further, Zone 11, District 24 clear.
7385 King.
785 King.
Hospital 47.
Yeah, that one is 11351. Alright, also for my units on Citywide 1, be on the lookout here. We do have a bona fide attempted child abduction, 1100 West 78th Street. Looking for an older model white SUV, unknown plate, but it does have unique rims with a spiral design on them. The offender is going to be a male, black, in his early 30s, short black afro, tall, slightly overweight, wearing a black shirt, last seen westbound 79 from Aberdeen.
You don't want to go in that alley, man. They kill people in that alley. They're guarding that alley.
Yep, that one is 1.
I ain't going in that alley today, nope.
85 Adam.
Can I get a red line section on your face? Also, please.
Yep, that one is 11361.
So we got a kidnapping of 2 girls that went to a concert, and the guy don't want to let them go. Don't know what that's about. Maybe they thought they'd get a free ride, and this guy's giving them a concert tickets and getting them high and all that, and the girls are doing whatever they're doing. That don't mean anything. You still can't kidnap people. And now they're in that situation. It's, what did we say earlier when your parents told you don't hang around with those dudes? Well, these girls sound like they went with some dude, right? That's what they did. They went with some guy to get into a free concert, right? Maybe smoke some weed, drink some booze, do whatever it is. Again, that's not an excuse to be victimized. But we need to start discussing, like, what's going on. Are we teaching the right things in schools anymore? And you can say, well, that's a parenting thing. Nah, not really. No, it's not. If your parents are working, and look, I ain't making an excuse for anybody, but if your parents are working and your parents are poor, or they came, or they're refugees, or whatever it is, that don't mean anything. They don't know what you're doing, or they're busy. So I have books that actually teach this. You know, they used to teach stranger danger inside of schools. You know, they used to teach people how to live. Don't smoke. Don't do drugs. Don't hang around with bad people. I have books. I have actual curriculum books that people say are racist books, or they're colonist books. That's what Bill Ayers says, right? And anything before he written in the 60s, right? And he became a professor. You know, Bill Ayers was a professor of education. He's created a lot of curriculum that you guys don't know about. Bill Ayers, the domestic terrorist, has curriculum out there. Anti-police, pro-criminal, anti-capitalist writings. You guys know he was a professor of education at UIC, right? He's got a government pension now. Yeah, domestic terrorist. Strange, ain't it? And how does his revolutionary hate America curriculum get inside of public schools? Well, you know how it goes in this public schools is you have a teachers union that hates America, right? Or it says they hate America, and then what? They put it in the schools. And then if the school board don't want to put it in, then what do? You take over the school board. And if the school board don't want to do it when you take it over, what do? You take over the city. You see how this all works? That's how it works. So if you think unelecting Brandon Johnson is going to fix something, you're sorry. I'm sorry to give you the bad news. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. Unelecting, getting rid of Brandon Johnson is not going to solve the problems we're in. It's the first step. And you have to get rid of him without an election. That's the real step. You got to show these people who want to destroy our society, who want to steal from you and me and my family, your family. They want to steal from your grandkids, like the land bank, the Cook County Land Bank, who steals property. They steal property. It's a fact. It's been written about. Anybody who's ever associated with the Cook County Land Bank knows that's a criminal enterprise. They steal from black and brown people, and they steal from old people. They steal land from blacks, browns, old people, white people. They steal land, and they're gentrifiers. I've been showing you that for a few weeks now. I've been showing that to you almost 3 years. So we do other things besides crime. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is this. Thinking that getting rid of Brandon Johnson is going to solve the problems of our city, that's an illusion. And he even said it himself. Think about what he said the other day, a few weeks ago, or last week, I think, when he talked about the Snelling removal. He removed that guy. Everybody knows. And you don't quit 6 months before an election. That's silly. No one does that unless you want to manipulate the election process. That's what that's about. He says it's not one man that runs anything. Remember, they don't hide nothing, these people. They tell you exactly what they're going to do. I want to abolish the police. That's what they say. They want criminals to smoke dope on the bus stops. They want young teens to terrorize neighborhoods. Why? So they can extort money from the taxpayers. That's why they do it. They weaponize children, right? They weaponize children. And it's done through what? Curriculum work. Curriculum work that's done by Lois Weiner, Denise Ravitch, Bill Ayers. There's a whole bunch of them. I got a whole list of these guys. I know some of these guys personally. I met with them in the room, in living rooms, eating dinner. I've eaten dinner with these people. That's before they didn't like me, right? Diane Ravitch, she actually was part of Bill Clinton's administration. And she was pro-charter school, and then she flipped to anti-charter school, which I don't know how you do, but whatever. The point I'm trying to make here is this. The way you get rid of Brandon Johnson is you got to organize, and you take action. Kind of like I said, maybe you do the Declaration of Independence from the mayor. You list his crimes. You go to a judge, or you go to some adjudication place, whether it's an arbitrator, judge, federal court, state court, I don't know what you go to. City council, I don't know what you do. And you declare him an excommunicato mayor. And you say, look, dude, you can sit at your house and we're going to still pay you your check, but you're not going to run nothing no more. If you open your mouth and jump up and down, then we're going to strip you of your pay. We're going to strip you of your security detail before the election. And we might even lock you up. So, you got two choices. Shut your mouth and sit at home till the election's over, and you're not going to run for re-election. You're going to keep your name off the ballot because you're an illegal mayor. You've been excommunicatoed. You've been adjudicated dysfunctionally dangerous for our city. And after the election, we're going to strip you of everything that you could get from the mayor's office. You won't have no security detail. You're not going to have any pension. You're not going to have any of that stuff. You can keep your CPS pension and C2 pension and all that. And they're done. See you later. Have a good night. Deal with raising your children and your family. Get another job. Do whatever you want. But you're no more associated with the city of Chicago as an ex-mayor or mayor or anything like that. And that's how you do it. You write it up fancy, right? And you get a judge to look at it, or you go get it somewhere, right? And that's what you do. And maybe President Trump can do it, or maybe, I don't know, somebody can do it. I don't know who can do this. I'm talking out loud. But you need to remove him that way. Why do you do it that way, you say, John? Why can't you wait till the election, John, or something like that? Because you need to make an example of him. Because judges are the problem. There's Democratic judges that laugh in every taxpayer's face. Why? Because they won't get removed. Because the ARDC removes judges, and the ARDC is the Democratic Party. ARDC is Attorney Registration and Disciplinary Commission. They're controlled by the Democratic Party. Just like the parole department that's controlled, right? That lets out criminals that kill people and no one goes to jail. Right? They paroled somebody who killed an 11-year-old. They violated state rules and regulations on how to release dangerous criminals. They violated those rules. No one went to jail. No one went to jail. That guy who shot the cop, Bartholomew, who killed him, the judge let him out of jail. That judge is still a judge. He's not punished. That judge that let the guy out, who killed a cop, is still a judge. He's still a judge. Nothing happened to him. Do you think removing Brandon Johnson is going to fix the situation we're in the city and in the county? Absolutely not. You got to make an example of him, right? You got to do it in such a way you remove him from power and you strip him of everything he had. Excommunicato. You say, that's it. And this is what you do. When you do that, you say, you see that? Judges, Eileen Burks, who does these fake domestic violence things, all this fake ass bullshit, the next superintendent of police, whoever comes next, and whoever's still in office, say, this is what's going to happen to you. See Mayor Johnson? See him? That's what's going to happen to you. We're going to strip you of your power. We're going to strip you of your pension. We're going to strip you of everything that happened, right? Like Blagojevich almost, right? Remember when they impeached that guy? You do like that to him. You remove everything he's ever had from the office. And you say, we don't care. He can run loose and raise his kids and do whatever he wants. We could care less. But he's not going to use the power of the office of the mayor for anything in the future for himself or his family. Zero. Nothing. Because you were a criminal when you were doing the things that you were doing against the people. Right? You were doing things that harmed the people. I just showed you the sign. That sign's a political sign for Brandon Johnson. He uses city workers to put up signs. What did you hear the CTA lady say today? She's not putting up more cameras to fight crime. She ain't putting more cameras to make sure there are no more Kevin Barlows that are murdered in his car on the parking lot of the CTA while he's on the clock. She didn't say I'm putting more security for my workers that were just murdered. What'd she say? I'm going to put more cameras to ticket people. What did the CTA Nazi say? The CTA Nazi, what did she say? She says, I'm putting more cameras on the buses to give more tickets. She ain't concerned about the safety of the riders or her employees that just got murdered. She has no concern about that. She says, I want more tickets. I'm going to go after the law-abiding citizens. I'm not going after the killers. I'm not protecting my employees, and I'm not protecting the customers. I want to give out more tickets. Right? That's what you got going on. 803.
The Courtyard by Marriott, Tuesday through Saturday in St. Charles. Sell your jewelry, gold, silver, coin collections, sterling silver flatware, and more for cash. Free admission. Courtyard by Marriott, St. Charles, 10 to 6 Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 3 on Saturday. Visit pgsgoldencoin.com for details. That's pgsgoldencoin.com.
PGS. When it comes to your valuables, they're the best.
Texas to Florida expecting heat index conditions well over 100 degrees, and in the west records could be set in places like Billings, Montana. ABC News meteorologist Melissa Griffin.
There's no relief at night, and it's days in a row of these hot temperatures and high humidity that we get so concerned about. Wilmington, that's going to be 100 degrees is what it feels like on Friday. Slightly cooler as we head into the weekend into places like North Carolina, but it stays well above 100 degrees right through the weekend for places like Florida.
The Freedom Fuel Network is a private company that owns the 25 gas stations in the Philadelphia area selling discounted gas. A White House official tells ABC News the administration is not involved and has not provided any funding. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has more.
The White House touted the $3.47 per gallon price that's on offer for regular, saying it's a nod to Trump as the 47th president. Now, the Energy Department says the average price of regular in the central Atlantic states is $3.87 a gallon for regular. So you're talking about 40 cents per gallon cheaper from $3.87 to $3.47 than the regional average.
In New York.
It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. It really is.
Body camera audio revealing police officers responding to a woman climbing the Brooklyn Bridge. The officers stayed with the woman and waited to safely pull her back from the edge. If you or someone you know is struggling with a mental health challenge, confidential help is available on the National Lifeline at 988. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
The time now is 8:05 on Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Good evening, I'm Glenn Marshall, and currently we're sitting around 83 degrees under partly sunny skies here in Chicago. We got a couple of showers and a heavy thunderstorm that's expected this evening, otherwise partly to mostly cloudy and muggy with a patchy fog late. A low of 67 degrees is expected. Tomorrow, though, clouds and some sun, still humid early, perhaps a stray thunderstorm south of Interstate 80. We'll see a high of 81 degrees, and tomorrow night, and clear to partly cloudy skies with a low of 65 degrees. Of course, we're going to look at that AccuWeather 5-day forecast at 8:15. But right now, our top local story on News Radio WBBM. Illinois' ban on so-called assault weapons and on large-capacity magazines will stand thanks to a decision today by a U.S. Court of Appeals.
In the 2-1 decision, the appeals court ruled it's up to state lawmakers if they want to ban AR-15s and high-capacity magazines. Illinois' ban was passed following the mass shooting in Highland Park in 2022, where 7 people were killed. The Supreme Court recently announced that this year it will consider Cook County's ban on semi-automatic firearms and rifles, and if the county's ban violates the Second Amendment. Roger Plummer, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Leaders of a joint Chicago and Cook County task force on violence against women are thanking survivors.
See her right there? She's hiding right here.
Sharing their experiences, which they say centered a new report on fighting domestic violence.
Cook County Commissioner Donna Miller says victims of domestic violence aren't just certain people.
These are our neighbors.
Drug addict right there, right? That's a drug addict right there. See that?
Whose lives were irrevocably altered or lost.
Members of the task force heard from many survivors over the last 6 months, including whose effort to protect herself and her children has taken more than 9 years and been in front of 7 different judges.
White drug addicts, right?
You all, because I know it's tough.
Numbers suggest more than 1 in 4 murders are domestic in nature.
I told you they're white drug addicts out here. See that there?
Chicago 77 says the task force's work is already
white drug addicts. They moved them from the other side. They used to be camped out on the other side. See them right there? That's white drug addicts.
That number has now doubled.
White drug addicts.
The calling for more changes to make it easier for survivors to share their stories. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles.
Those are white drug addicts right there. See that there?
And Mayor Brandon Johnson is teaming up with the Chicago Park District to upgrade and expand air conditioning in city parks. The first phase of the $1 million project will enhance 42 park sites that face the greatest health risk during extreme heat. It's prioritizing 19 parks in community areas designated as most vulnerable, 21 parks in vulnerable neighborhoods. Park
white drug addicts.
Offers a variety of options to stay cool citywide, including 22 beaches, 77 indoor and outdoor pools, and more than 240 park-based water spray features. Time now is approaching 7:08.
We gotta find a sunset video, right?
On the 8th, here is Abby Ryan.
All right, now, Glenn, if you're on the inbound side of the Edens, a 15-minute ride in, 15 on the outbound side. Kennedy outbound, it's 11 Montrose, 17 out to the airport. So from Randolph to Ohio, inbound heavy, Kimball to Ogden. So passing the Wintrust Mural at North Avenue, still tight. 23 O'Hare into downtown, 17 coming in from the Edens Junction. So far, I-190 heavy on the eastbound side of the O'Hare extension from Bessie Coleman to 294. Let's call it slow now. And the Eisenhower outbound clear. Inbound side of the Eisenhower outbound is actually a 31-minute ride and clear to I-90. Inbound 36 I-90.
What's up, Nico?
And that is from 17th on over to Harlem. Stevenson, not bad. If you're on the Dan Ryan outbound.
It was funny when I started documenting the white drug addicts here at Oak Park. People said, they're homeless. They need help. I'm like, no, those are drug addicts, man. They're not homeless. Well, they're homeless. You should help them. I said, no, they're drug addicts. If they're homeless, then they wouldn't be doing drugs, would they? That's strange, right? Why are you doing drugs when you're homeless? When you're homeless, you're thinking about a home. You're not thinking about doing drugs. Unless you're a drug addict. And then you're a drug addict and you become homeless because you're a drug addict. That's what a lot of people talk about, right? That the scam of the liberals is to steal our tax dollars. Why? Because they say, oh, that guy, you seen those 3 people in the alley, the 2 white guys and the lady, right? They say, oh, they're homeless. Those are homeless people. No, they're doing drugs. No, they're homeless. You can't say they're doing drugs. Like, you know, they're doing drugs. They're doing the drugs right there, right in front of. No, they're not. That's how they act. They act like it's called juvenilism, right? It's the part of the brain disease I talked about, right? Or juvenilism, and it's a left-wing juvenilism. Vladimir Lenin, Lenin, the guy, the communist guy. When I was researching this, left-wing extremists and left-wing terrorism. This is a long time ago when the first Trump thing, and I got banned from my other Facebook page. People told me there's no such thing as a left-wing extremist or a left-wing fascist. There's a guy smoking dope right there, man, at the McDonald's. He's right there. Hey, you want to see? I'll show you. They're doing drugs there. There's a cop. Look, see the cop? There's a cop right there. See the cop walking right there? There's a police officer right there, right? And this is what left-wing fascism looks like. I'll show you what left-wing fascism means, right? Right-wing fascism, they crack everybody's head, and that's it. Shut your mouth. Left-wing fascism is they use criminals, they use degenerates, they use bums, scums, and lazies to terrorize the working people. Right? Where you gonna go? Well, you don't let me go, my brother. Really? Thank you, man. What an asshole that guy is, right? See that guy right here? Look at that guy. See this guy here? He's walking around, right? Look at that guy. You see him walking around? Wait, he's not a customer. Right now he's trespassing, that guy. See him trespassing? This is private land. This is McDonald's or whatever it is, a Minions, right? This is Wendy's, right? He's doing whatever he's doing. He's trespassing on Wendy's land. This is private land. There's a police officer right down the street at the McDonald's or the Chipotle buying food. This guy was smoking weed as I turned, but the cop won't do nothing about it. That's what? Left-wing fascism, right? They say you gotta give everybody their rights, you gotta leave them alone, whatever other BS they say, and they use the criminals, right? And they use the laws against the regular law-abiding citizens. How do you know that that even exists? Well, you just heard. The CTA Nazi, the lady who says crime is down the same week her own employee got murdered, just said on the radio today, what did she say? She's installing more cameras. So what did you say? Everybody would clap. Yay. Finally, we're getting some crime done. Cameras don't prevent crime, but at least they record and we can lock the people up. What did she say? Oh, no, the cameras are not for crime. The cameras are to give out tickets. So the person who murders people on buses, the people who burn passengers, they burn them alive on trains, the people who execute 4 people on the Forest Park Blue Line, we're not putting the cameras for them. No, not for those people. Nah, we're putting the cameras on for you. When you're in a CTA location on the street, we're going to give you a ticket. And you would say, John, what you just said doesn't even make sense, John. That's like from one of those spaceship movies where they had space saucers, right? And there were space saucers flying around, and they had 3 heads, and they talked a weird language, and they zapped you with some secret X-ray beam. John, that's what you're talking about, right? What's up, Ronnie Brown? And I'd say, no. That just happened on the radio. And you're going to say, no, it didn't. That must be an AI radio you're listening to. I said, no, I'm not listening to AI radio. I'm listening to WBBM. That must be AI radio. They must have made a fake voice of hers, right? Like, no. She said she's installing more cameras to give law-abiding citizens tickets. She didn't say she's installing cameras for crime or drug use or fare evasion. She said she's installing more cameras to give out tickets to law-abiding citizens. How do you know what's happening when a person is parked in that place? How do you know that's not an emergency? How do you know they don't have a valid reason to be in that space? So you, the white Nazi female, says, what? I don't care what your rights are. I'm putting cameras to give you tickets. You're like, wait, there's crime on the trains and the bus. Shouldn't you be doing those? She goes, no. We want crime. We want you to be scared. We want to be fearful. Now I'm going to give you some tickets from the buses. Same thing with the domestic violence program. You let us be heard. What? And look, my mom was the victim of domestic violence. I understand what that is. I lived through that stuff, okay? So I understand that very well. I understand the court systems and how they play games with families. I understand all of that. That's a long time ago for me. 40-something years ago. When I was a kid. Letting someone talk about their trauma is not helping them. It might help them alleviate whatever. I'm gonna get me a car wash here, right? I like this car wash. Let's see if this guy lets me go twice. I'm gonna join and wash and save. I need a car wash. I haven't washed this car in a long time.
Wash clubs offer great value and convenience. For set fee, your club membership. Please select a car wash by pressing one of the service buttons on the screen.
Wow, $16 for a car wash.
To complete your purchase, please insert cash or card.
So,
you are now ready to enter the car
for
wash.
domestic
Please
violence,
proceed by following the directions on the signs ahead. And thank you again for your car wash.
what do you
purchase.
want? You don't want the victim to talk. You want the victim to say what? I'm not a victim. I went to court. I went to the police. And they arrested that sucker that was beating me, right? Let's see if this guy will let me go twice, right? Hey, you think it's gonna wash it or not? You think it'll get washed? You think it's gonna wash it all right?
My best guess is it should. If anything, you can come back around and I'll put you back through.
All right, thanks, brother. I just want to say it. I appreciate that, okay? Thank you. Right? What did they admit for the domestic violence? They weren't giving out the domestic violence orders. They admitted it on the TV, on the radio. They said, what, 70% of them, or only 25% of domestic orders were being processed. Served, that means processed, served, given to the criminal. So they were allowing the criminal to beat and kill people. The sheriffs were. The sheriff did. That's the same one that was triple-digit increase in domestic violence last year. Triple digits. Triple. And then you had the mayor trying to break the rules of elections and referendums by putting forward a referendum question. When what? When he wasn't supposed to. That's what we got on the news today, right? That's what we heard.
Those are the three.
car out real quick.
Is 11511.
5 boy.
785 boy.
Nice round of the order.
Yes, that was 11462. 11462.
It's good enough.
3214. Couple people trying to cross the drive. 1228 north on the southbound side. Colors anonymous, nothing further.
It's good enough.
5 boy.
785 boy.
It's gonna rain
I'm sorry,
tonight.
85 boy, can you repeat that?
But I had a lot of mud on my car, so it is.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that is 11582.
Okay, 5 Adam.
785 Adam.
Red line check, 95th Street. Lower.
Yep, that is 11587.
83 George.
733 George.
Turn back into red, please.
Yep, that is 11595.
85 Ida.
785 Ida.
Solid number for the red line, 25th Street.
Yep, that is 11607.
385 David.
785 David.
Giving event 479 in red, please.
Yep, that one is 11610. Yep.
Units in 21 City Way, we have a battery in progress, 4414 South Evans. I'm saying 4414 South Evans in the parking lot. It's domestic related. 13-year-old girl is getting her hair pulled and she's screaming in a tan truck. Offenders are male black with dreads, white and yellow hat, white shirt and blue shorts. This is Zone 7, District 2 Zone Clear. 73, 53.
735.
Number for Howard Red.
Yes, sir. That's 11625.
7385 David.
785 David.
Okay, event number 87 in the red line.
A lot of white drug addicts out here.
Yeah, that one is 11635.
385 Adam.
785 Adam.
You can do that to ambulance 9. So we get that event number.
Yep, that is 11462. 11462. Alright, and helicopter base one more time.
Go ahead, Frank.
Got a request from Zone 8, 85th and Drexel, 85 and Drexel, looking for male, wanted for UUW. He's somewhere hidden down over there.
85th and Drexel, okay. What's the perimeter and description?
Description is going to be a M1 with dreads, medium complexion, 5'7", black shirt and green sweats. He's somewhere in between 84th Place to the north, Ingleside to the west, the tracks to the east, and then 85th Street to the south.
All right, go for it. 393 Charlie.
799 Charlie.
20 custody, 20 blue line, we get a transport.
20 in the blue, 1 in custody, 2014 hours, I'll get you transport.
385 King.
785 King.
Turn back red line.
Yeah, that is 11684. Alright, 79 to Charlie, good news, you have 114 en route.
363.
7363.
San Francisco pickup from Jackson Blue.
Yep, that is 11706.
7393 Charlie.
79 Charlie.
Anything on the sign, Jeff?
Yes, 114 is en route.
Thanks.
No.
5 George.
75 George.
Look for the red line at 55th.
Yep, that is 11736. 36.
C85 Eddie.
C85 Eddie.
Can I get a number for quality of life mission on 69 red line?
Yeah, absolutely. That's 11760.
Units in 19 in Citywide, we're getting a criminal trespass in progress, 1501 West Melrose. Tatisha says 5 mils. Are refusing to leave the parking garage. No weapons. District 19 zone 2 station clear.
Boy.
785, boy.
75 boy.
Yep, that is 11803. 95th upper? Yes, that is 11807. You got it.
7385 John.
785 John.
Can I get a red line check, sir, next please?
Yep, that one is 11815.
7385 Frank.
785 Frank.
Number 63rd red line.
Yep, that one is 11820.
We're caught up with the radio calls. We're on Roosevelt. We're heading back to my place. We're going back east. We'll run the tape a little bit. Maybe we'll check out where the hookers are at. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how that works out, right? We're in somewhere. I don't know where I'm at right now. We're on Roosevelt. I don't know if this is Berwyn, Cicero. I have no idea where I'm at right now. We're on Roosevelt and 60th. Is this Berwyn? Or Cicero? What is this? Maywood? I don't know. I don't know where I'm at. I drive around and I just drive around. That's what I do. I don't know half the places I go to. There's a lot of empty. Is this Bellwood maybe? This might be Bellwood, right? Might have been Bellwood back there. I don't know. There's a lot of empty stores here. It's about 50% vacant. I'll punch in the rate. I'll punch it in. There's a lot of empty stores here. Let's see where I'm at. Cicero, that's where I'm at, Cicero. I'm gonna get back before it rains so that way I don't get my car wash messed up, my $16 car wash. Again, more. Remember when the car wash used to be $3? That was pretty nice, wasn't it? $3 car washes. Can you still get one of those? Remember those $3 car washes? And now it's $17. What the hell? What changed? Are you telling me they get like stuff from China, the soap and stuff? The water's from the lake. So what are they paying for? The electric? I guess the electric went up. I don't know. Did it? It did. I'm just talking now. I'm jibber jabbering. We might go on 5th. We'll check out the hooker scene. We might not. We'll see. Berwyn now, right? We're at Central and Roosevelt now. There's a big spot here on 16th Street. I documented before. They had a whole. We were out here yesterday. This is where we're at. They have a lot of football games over here. Whatever this stadium is here. They have football games here, right?
Hey, 330 Adam.
7330 Adam.
Quality of life mission, red line 95th Street, please.
Alrighty, that one is 11861.
Sir?
Yep, absolutely.
Quality of life. That means if you're doing drugs or smoking on the train, you don't get arrested. You get a counseling session. That's what that means. Everybody knows that, right? That's Brandon Johnson's thing. You cannot arrest people who are smoking on a train. He violated the state, the county, and the city, and the CTA regulations and restrictions on smoking on the trains. And he did a policy change inside the police department to say it's a quality of life. You cannot arrest people. Hey, that's Brandon Johnson. That's quality of life is Brandon Johnson. It is. Now you know why arrests go down. You get what they use for crime, right? If there's less arrests, they say what? There's less crime. So if you do quality of life, that means what? You're not getting arrested. So it's not a police report. So what? That means there's less arrests. Everybody gets how they manipulate the stats, right? When you don't report it, that means it's less stats. The only thing you can't hide is murders, but they may wiggle that around too a little bit, right? There's tons of people. I got an example that happened to this. I got an example that I know about personally where they messed up the police report and they didn't get reported right. Personally. And guess what? Nothing's going to happen to the person now because there isn't a proper police report. And it should be a felony. It should be a felony. A felony arrest and a felony court case. Guess what happened? Nothing. It's not happening. Because someone didn't do the right paperwork. Kind of get it? I know about that case personally. Alright, we'll go over here. We'll go down 5th Avenue. We'll see if the girls are doing anything, and then we're going to go home, right? It's 8:33. Usually we're not up this late, are we? Where's Nick at? Is Nicky on here? Nico. Hey, all the cars driving through the one-way. It's pretty wild, ain't it? They should put a gate here and charge to go in here, right?
7385
Look at all the cars here. See that there? There's girls walking.
75 George. The VIN number for the red line at Garville.
Yep, that is 11901.
A lot of cars driving around, aren't there? Oh, I'm one of them, right? Remember the hooker bus yesterday? That was a hooker bus. He pulled up, and the one girl had, I gotta see if it's, I think we can, I'm gonna pull out the tape. It was funny, on one of the girls' shirts, it says, I got to pay the bills. That's what her shirt said. That's kind of funny. It's gonna be a storm, so maybe the girls are inside. I see, that's what I said. They should have a place weirdos can't drive in or out. If you want to have sex, you go in there. You got to pay for the sex. It's kind of like the weed, right? You know how the weed is. You want the weed, you got to go in there, right? And that's what you do. You got to go in there. You show them your ID. Blah blah blah. Well, there you go. There's security there. You kind of get it. I mean, I don't know. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you don't like the sex trade, that's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with it. But you kind of get what I'm trying to say, Michelle? Right now, there's all kinds of weird stuff happening. That's out on the street. Right? You have a place you go to and you do whatever you want to do, right? And you do it legally or whatever you do. I don't know if it's legal or not. There you go. I told you to have tents over here too, right? Watch. Right here. See that there? That's a dude there, right? See that dude there? That's a dude there. He said hello to everybody, right? I think he said hello to you, Michelle. That dude knows. He says, hey man, Michelle's watch. I'm gonna say hello. See that? See how nice people are to you, Michelle? They even know you through the internet. Let's get out of here. You guys had enough? Let's keep moving, right? It's 6:35. I missed the news, Michelle. I Missed the news. Count Basie. Oh man, I like Count Basie. Can't play because they'll do a copyright claim on me. The first radio stations, everybody knows the first radio stations were pirate stations and bootleg, the ones that were playing rock and roll. Rock and roll was outlawed at one time because it's called devil music, right? It's called devil music. So they outlawed it, so the stations would play the albums, right? It was pirate. It's pretty cool stuff, man. So maybe we need to do that somehow. Maybe, you know, people say you should get on another platform, you should play this, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, you know what, I'm too old, man. I'm on too many damn platforms already. Like a month ago, I was staying up all night. I kept my wife up. I think I made her sick because I was up all night till 6, 7 in the morning. I don't know if you guys remember those days. I wouldn't go to sleep some nights, and I'd be writing all night, and I'd be posting videos on I would post videos. I'd post all my videos, all transcribed on all my platforms, which was Instagram. It was Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter, right? I even have one. Where's Trump at? That one that's Trump on? I even have one of them. I was posting some stuff there. And I said, man, I'm tired of that shit, man. I don't. Look, I love you, MAGAs, but I don't. You weird me out sometimes. You MAGAs weird me out, man. I love you guys. I even like some Antifa guys. Antifa are cool. I know some Antifas from a long time ago. They know me. If I show up at a riot, some people know me. That's all I got to say, all right? And they just say that, right? There's going to be a sex tent over here. You'll see over here. They do the sex trade back here. There's a whole encampment back here. And, what the hell was I trying to say there, Michelle? I lost the track of my thinking there. But, I don't even know what the hell I was saying. I was saying a bunch of stuff. Oh, Antifa and MAGAs. I love MAGA. They're okay. Oh, man, look at that. See that? Look. There you go. There you go. That's gentrification. That's fast building. It's like a Lego building. They don't do the substructure anymore. Like they build up. In the old days, you build from a foundation up. They don't do that anymore. It's too much money and takes too much time. They'll maybe put down a foundation or a basement, but they don't build up like they used to in the old days. You see that there? That's not how they build anymore. This is gentrification here, right? That's Fifth Avenue. The hookers, that's a hooker right there. See the hooker right there? That's a hooker. See the hooker right there? That's a hooker. I told you that. There's gentrification here. That's Fifth Avenue. That was a hooker, and that's gentrification. You see those? You want to see how much those buildings are? I'll go over there and give you the addresses. You look them up on Zillow. But this is a special way of building it super fast. The only problem is the firemen don't like it. Why? Because when it starts on fire, those are weak. In our old houses, you have full beams. The beam is all wood. These aren't. So when that breaks, that whole floor collapses. There is no substructure. You see that there? It all collapses. It's a pancake effect in these buildings. And they charge a lot for those. They charge as much or more than a regularly built brick house, and they'll put brick veneer around it so you think it's a real house, but it's not. That's gentrification on Fifth Avenue. I showed you the hooker over there. There's going to be a hooker camp here. I'll show you this. And then we're going to check out how much the houses are here, right? You're going to see right up here, there's a whole encampment of hookers over here and drug dealers and all of that. It's right up here. You'll see. I think it's right here. It might be on the next block. I got to watch so I don't get shot, right? I got to turn off all of this. Got to turn off my lights here, right? Yeah, this is a late night show tonight. It's 8:40 and we're still running, huh? That's the way it goes sometimes. There you go. There's another hooker, right? That's a hooker right there. Can't you see that there? That's a hooker right there. See her right there? That's a hooker right there. There's a drug addict right there. That guy's a drug addict. See him right here? He's all jacked up. And this is the hooker tents right there. See that there? Those are hooker tents. They do drugs, sex, and all that stuff right in there. You see that there? That's what that is here. This is a hooker camp. Those are all hookers here, right? Right there. And we're going to go around and we're going to check how much those houses are over there, right? You got to watch. There's gangbangers around here too, right? You got to be very careful. These look like drug addicts or something. I don't know who the hell they're. There you go. There's the white hooker right there, right? Or dude, or I don't know what that is there, right? Don't know what that is, and there's all kinds of stuff out here. Alright, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, and you're going to look it up like we've done in the past. We're going to do an experiment. So you see the hookers. So you don't think I made stuff up yesterday, right? So you see the hookers. There's right there. There's that one that was following us in the alley right there. Don't you see that white? She's a white hooker right there. That's a white person. See her right there? It's a white hooker. And there's another one right there. See that one right there? It's another one. See that thing right there? So now what we're going to do, you see that's where we're in the back there, right? Where they're building those buildings. See that there? On Kugler? We're on Kugler and 5th, all right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a little experiment like we always do, right? So you see those buildings there. Kugler and 5th, you see the hookers. You see the drug camp, right? You've seen that, right? I think I did this one before. Look up that address right there. It's right there. We don't even need to make it up. See the address there? What does it say? It says 4206 5th Avenue. Put that into your Zillow and let's check it out. So there's hookers and drugs here, right? What does that say? 4206 5th Avenue. 4206 5th Avenue. Redfin. So those are condos, I believe. Oh, it might be the whole building. That's this building here. Watch that. See that? That's it. See it in the reflection? That's it right there. That's it right there. That building it's in front of you. That's the price right there. See that there? That building in front of you. See that there? That's the price. And you seen the hookers in back of me, and you seen the hookers in front of me, right? Hookers in the front of me, hookers to the right of me, hookers to the left of me, and I'm in the middle, right? What's that song? There's a Bob Dylan song, ain't it? Clowns is there. See that? I'm not pulling your leg, man. It's a gentrification, right? So why would you want hookers and drug dealers and crime around gentrification? Well, if you wanted the other land and you want them to move out, then that's what you would do, right? You would use crime and drugs to... Yeah, Michelle's like... Stuck in the middle with you. You know what the song I'm talking about, right? Oh, man. My radio ain't working. Let's keep... Oh, there we go. I got to push the button now. Alright, let me turn the car on and off. It resets my radio. I got a bad screen on my radio. My LCD is got soaked in a flood cam. I was doing flood videos and got soaked. So you see that, right? It's not that much money. So where are we going? I'm on Kugler. We'll go on Pulaski through maybe... There was somebody following me. Yeah, those are condos. Look at it. See the condos there? The hookers are 1 block away from the condos. Hookers and condos. I don't even know what the title of my article will be tomorrow. We did hookers today. We don't repeat the concepts. We're going to more talk about the... I think we're going to talk about... There you go. She's picking up a John right there, right? Right next to us. I think we're going to talk about how they lie about the policies, right? Brandon Johnson or something like that. I don't know what I'll do. We'll see. Or maybe about the Pulaski shooting if I find out about it. Let's get to some radio calls and we'll end the day, right?
7385 King.
There's little kids here.
785
Here.
47.
That's the drug camp there. You see the drug camp?
Yeah, that one is 11351.
They're doing drugs and sex in there. See that there?
Alright, also for my units on Citywide 1,
And
be
that
on
kid
the
just-
lookout here. We do
Kid just
have
got off
a,
the bus. See him? See that?
Bonafide attempted child abduction, 1100 West 78th Street. Looking for an older model white SUV, unknown plate, but it does have unique rims with a spiral design on them. The offender is going to be a male, black, in his early 30s, short black afro, tall, slightly overweight, wearing a black shirt, last seen westbound 79 from Aberdeen.
85 boy.
785 boy.
Floor, please.
Yep, that one is 11358.
385 Adam.
85 Adam.
I'm going to red line section 96. Officer.
Yep, that one is 11361.
7383 Henry.
783 Henry.
Yes, one more, subject number 4, Roosevelt Red Line, please.
Yeah, that one is 11397.
7.
M7.
Telegram 2, Navy Pier, Jardine.
Yeah, Navy Pier is 11409. 11409. And Jardine is 11413. 11413.
7353.
7353.
Shoot that ambulance 13. Can I get you a message?
Yeah, absolutely. That one was 11240. 11240.
385 George.
785 George.
Advance for Red Line and Garfield.
White drug addicts. You seen them, right? White dopers looking for their drugs.
Yes, that one is 11420.
It's all over here, man. It's getting wild there. See the white guys right there looking for drugs?
Male black wearing a baseball hat, wearing a blue shirt, jeans, belly liquor.
It's wild out here at night. I haven't done one of these in the middle of the week in a while. We'll see how this place is here.
I get that for Roosevelt Red Line.
Yeah, that one is 11444.
85 Adam.
785 Adam.
Full EMS over to the 92 Red Line. We got a person in crisis over here. And he's got a big laceration on his arm.
Alright, Timber, where are you? On the platform or where?
There.
North terminal or south terminal?
Terminal.
Got it. I'll have him en route.
Eddie.
785 Eddie.
Bed number 69 on the red line.
Yep, that one is 11477. Alright, for my Lakeshore Drive units, you can go ahead and disregard looking for that Toyota Camry kidnapping car. It has been located in the 18th District, and it's a domestic-related situation.
5705 George.
5705 George.
Hey, is PH available by chance?
So they just were on the TV, radio talking about domestic. So what are they gonna do about that? Just uncode it, right? There you go, man. It's pretty wild out here. You gotta see a bunch of people right here. Look at that. That's wild here, huh? See that?
Take all the lights, officer still good there. Dispatch coming at the Western.
That's wild there, man.
Alright, southbound 79 and Western for Great Saturn with no plate.
They're back open over here after the shooting.
Hey, sorry, not a Saturn, Santa Fe. Great Santa Fe.
Great Santa Fe, got it, I'm sorry. Hyundai Santa Fe.
It's wild out here, ain't it?
Even number for the red line is 36.
Yes, sir.
He's bending right there. Look at that guy, man.
1502.
He's bending there, man. That dude's jacked right there, man. People are gonna go, man. Look at that, man. They're all out over here, man. There you go, man.
That time already. Good evening. Nothing coming in, guys?
You want to go check Lake Street one more time? If it got a little more crowded? We usually don't do 2 runs on the street, man. That's bad luck, so I probably won't do it.
Where you at?
I don't do that. Death Row, man. Springfield and Madison. Don't go down that. This is a bad street right here. We were just on that street going north. There was a mass shooting over here a week and a half ago.
Yes,
Everybody knows there was a mass shooting the other day. Does everybody know there was a mass shooting Tuesday, I believe? Tuesday night there was a mass shooting. Or last night, there was a whole bunch of shooting I just seen today. I'll have to go take a look at all of that stuff, right? Watch that one. Hit everybody, right? There you go. There's a bender right there, right? See, there are benders all over here. You see that there or not? And you see that? There's a bender over there. There's another bender here. Ain't nobody taking care of the drug problem. You see that? There's a guy right there bending, man. Right there, dude. See him right there? That dude's jacked up, man. Don't you see him there? That dude's completely jacked, right? This Hamlin, this is where there was a mass shooting over here the other day. There's all kinds of people walking around here, man. Motherfucker, I need to do my video, and there's some dude walking right next to my car here. I don't want this guy coming around here. There you go, man. That dude's jacked up right there, right? There's a guy coming. I gotta watch myself out here. I ain't got my lights on, right? There we go, right? See, there's a white dudes. See, they're white guys. See that there? That dude in that right there, he's a white dude. You see that there? That dude, he looks like he's a Hispanic guy. See that guy right there? He's jacked up, see him? He's selling Colgate. That dude's jacked up. He can't control himself. See that there? See that there? That's your fentanyl there, or whatever they call it, right? And what did you see? What did you see? There's a cop right there, man. He's happy. He's doing whatever he's doing. See him? He's jacked up, right? That dude's totally jacked. He's fried, man. That's a fried enchilada there, man. I don't know how long that shit lasts, but that shit's some fucked up shit there, man. That's wild stuff, man. And you seen the cop was right there, so what are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. That's what you're doing. You ain't doing shit. That's a lie. Those liberals lie. Lying liberals. Oh, you don't do nothing about it. Motherfuckers jacked up, man. I don't see no city workers out here taking care of that, do you? I don't see any of that stuff, man. Jacked up on the west side. Ain't nobody taking care of the drug problem out here, and there's even cops out here, they just drive on by. 8:55 p.m., July 9th, 2026. That was the scene of a mass shooting over there on Hamlin. There's a few of them that happened there. Hamlin and Madison. I got videos going back years. There's guys, they just lay on the sidewalk right there. They just lay right there, man. Man, they got a whole encampment right there, right? Did you guys just go around the block? Did you guys just see that? Go around the block here. There's a whole encampment right in there. Right in the middle of the grass. They ain't no homeless. They're doing drugs right there. That's what I said. You just seen the cop pass by and they ain't doing shit about it. Who's in charge of this section over here of the city? Isn't the mayor in charge of all this out there? What the heck's going on out here, man? You just let things happen like that? That's wild, huh? Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, I'm usually inside at this time, ain't I? We should put on the radio calls and see if we're missing anything, right? And now there's been a few shootings here. I better watch out. Right on this block right here, they shot a few people here.
Yep, that is 12005.
But their own mother, 23-year-old Andrea Shaw, is accused of suffocating her twins, Dallas and Tyson, last year after she called 911 claiming she found them dead in a shared bed. Fayette County Sheriff Gary Marshall says they were suspicious from the start.
Obviously, it's extremely unusual for two infants to be found deceased and be believed to have passed at the same time.
In Utah, the preliminary hearing continued today for Tyler Robinson, charged in the murder of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. After debate yesterday over video that included Tyler Robinson's former roommate and romantic partner Lance Twiggs talking about Robinson confessing. ABC's Kata Whitworth.
Agent Davis, an investigator, reading text messages between the two.
Tyler says, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. I am sorry to involve you. And then Lance replies, you weren't the one who did it, right? And Tyler says, I'm sorry.
Robinson turning himself in 33 hours after the shooting.
You're listening to ABC News.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment.
2940 North Ashland at school. Caller states the male Hispanic wearing a white shirt, black pants, flip-flops. Call shop listening. Now he's in the front arguing with the manager. District 19 zone 2 station clear.
What's up? I'm over here I'm by Independence.
Members of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo's family say that they've been in the U.S. for decades.
Just driving around, showing the things. I was at a shooting at the Madison Pulaski. It wasn't even on the radio. And I'm out here like driving around. I'm seeing all this open air drug use and drug dealing. I'm like, where's the city at? Right here. There's a whole drug camp right here. See that? They're all doing drugs right here, man. Right there. See that there? It's a whole camp of drugs right there, and the city ain't out here, man. Man, the video's on my page. You'll see it. I got it up there. Why don't you check it out? Check out if you see any reports about that. I don't know who got shot, how bad. They say it might be a DOA. I didn't see no detectives there, so I don't think it was a DOA. Unless I was there late. But yeah, Madison and Pulaski at the corner right there, right? Oh man, that guy came out of nowhere over there.
The Association of Realtors says that the national median home sales price has reached $440,000, a 1.8% jump from June of last year. This is the highest it's been when looking at data going back to 1999. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station, News Radio 105.9 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It's 9:05 on Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Good evening and welcome. I'm Roger Plummer. It's 81 degrees in Chicago, under cloudy skies. Tonight, a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm around. Then partly to mostly cloudy and muggy with patchy fog late, a low of 67. Tomorrow, clouds and some sunshine, still humid early, perhaps a stray thunderstorm south of Interstate 80. Tomorrow's high 81. We'll check the AccuWeather 5-day forecast at 9:15, but first, our top local story on News Radio WBBM. A U.S. Court of Appeals today upheld Illinois' ban on assault weapons and large-capacity magazines. Illinois' ban was passed in the months following the deadly mass shooting during Highland Park's 4th of July parade in 2022. In 2024, a Southern Illinois judge ruled the state's ban unconstitutional. However, in today's 2-1 decision, the appeals court ruled it's up to lawmakers if they want to ban AR-15s and high-capacity magazines. The U.S. Supreme Court this year will hear arguments over the constitutionality of Cook County's ban on so-called assault weapons.
Right.
Chicago aldermen have advanced a plan to give voters a say in a controversial piece of
he made his little money doing some squeegee stuff, and he got a little high out here, right?
Jeff Buckholz.
There you go,
The
man.
law
Hopefully he
says
stays
voters can
okay.
consider no more than 3 ballot issues in any one election, and that rule usually touches off a battle about what gets on and what gets off. This November, one of 3 referenda on Chicago's ballot is expected to ask voters whether the city should restart use of gunshot detection technology. It's an attempt by aldermen to pressure Mayor Brandon Johnson's administration to find a replacement for ShotSpotter, which he shut down 2 years ago.
Voters deserve to know that this technology has been widely criticized.
Jawanza Ingram from Black Roots Alliance joined other opponents of ShotSpotter before the committee meeting, suggesting that putting the question before voters was an attempt to manipulate the public. Dan Mazzolia with First Defense Legal Aid says he doesn't get why aldermen want ShotSpotter back.
I don't know if they are misinformed. I don't know if it's sour grapes.
Supporters say it can help direct police to shooting scenes when no one calls 911. We're at City Hall. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 1059, WBBM.
A federal judge told Chicago's top federal prosecutor that he violated a secrecy order she implemented. At a hearing today at the Dirksen Federal Courthouse, U.S. Magistrate Judge Laura McNally told U.S. Attorney Andrew Boutros there had been a clear violation by him. On July 1st, Boutros traveled to Washington, D.C. for a press conference with federal officials to tout criminal charges against 3 alleged Tren de Aragua gang members. However, McNally did not lift the order on that case being sealed until July 2nd. The day after the press conference, McNally told Boutros, quote, "You were aware when you went up there that there was a sealing order in place." McNally did not order a sanction of Boutros. Boutros told Judge McNally he took her comments very seriously and said, "I respect your findings." It's 9:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8s as we say good evening to you.
Good evening, Roger. From the expressways and tollways, the Edens looks good tonight despite some overnight construction. On the inbound and outbound side, both sides between Dempster and Lake Avenue, you've got that left lane block started at 9 o'clock and it continues till 11. Then it'll be the 2 left until 5 a.m. So far, the inbound side of the Kennedy here into downtown.
Sign there, right? Why did they put those signs up? I don't understand what that means.
You've got some stop and go
guys that hang out here and
the
they sleep out here.
Foster on down to Randolph, passing the Wintrust mural at North Avenue. That is pretty heavy. The outbound side of the Kennedy, those delays begin at Randolph and they continue on and off up toward Fullerton. Then they begin again just past California and continue on over to the Lawrence area. The inbound side of the Edens, Eisenhower rather, not too bad, just a little slow as you approach I-294. Outbound side of the Eisenhower, that is slow right before Costner. And the inbound side of the Stevenson looks good. We do have delays on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Mostly wet. It's tight both ways through the light of Chicago and through Grant Park. The outbound side of the Ryan, not too bad. Inbound looks pretty good. The Bishop Ford outbound, you've got delays from Bobby and Woods over to Sibley Boulevard. Next report from the Metro Traffic Center at 9:18, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
The AccuWeather forecast tonight, a couple of showers and a heavier thunderstorm around, then partly to mostly cloudy and muggy with patchy fog.
Have a safe night, brother.
Looking at the radar, there's still some rain moving around.
All right, good seeing you, man.
Ridge and Evanston and Arlington Heights areas. Tomorrow, clouds and some sunshine, still humid early. Perhaps a stray thunderstorm south of Interstate 80, a high of 81.
You know, it's nice when a white shirt, that was a white shirt that just pulled up to me. He waved to me, that's why I said